Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RAYGO Reactions. Now guys, before we get into today's video, as always, a little quiz we do on this channel. Name that riff. Now a lot of you guys are here for Black Sabbath, so you should know this next riff because it's by a band and they're rock and roll. That's all you're getting. If you know the riff, let me know in the comments section below. I don't think it's going to be that difficult. I think if you're a true rocker, you might know. Nah, some of you might not have listened to it. We're all rockers. If you're listening to this song today, you're a rocker in my eyes. Now, guys, as you know, we're doing War Pigs by Black Sabbath. Rest in peace to Prince of Darkness. What a legend he was. This band is phenomenal. Now, War Pigs. The lyrics. You know what I mean? I've never really, if I'm honest, given them a proper breakdown, but we're going to do that today because I'm kind of on that wavelength at the moment. My band's just written a song about war, so I'll play that at the very end for you guys, but I'm going to try my best to break them down and see what it's about. And also, it's going to be the studio version, so I want to kind of listen to how it was recorded back then, because you know this was the 70s, early 70s, maybe even. Would this have been maybe even late 60s, guys? 69 maybe 69, 70. This would have been recorded, or early. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. But I'm a big sucker when it comes to studio and listening to how it was mixed back then, because if I'm honest, I think music was mixed better back then. And one thing I'm kind of not really about nowadays is, you know, when they remaster things, like, hell no, I want to hear that early OG 70s rock and roll, you know what I mean? But what they do is they remaster it now, and you know, usually remastering can usually means if you're going to master something, you usually just make it louder. But now they're starting to mess with the mix of things and they're changing. It's like, mate, just have it how it was, where it was. Yeah, it might not have been as crystal clean, but there was something about it when they used to record on those analog desks. You know what I mean? It had a feel for it that we ain't getting anymore. I'm sure you guys can agree. Let's not even talk about this modern pop stuff that's in the charts because it's disastrous. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. Let's crank it.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
You know what's crazy? Before it goes into this next section, it goes against all odds of what today's music is, and even today's rock music. The way this song is mixed, for those who might not know, you will subconsciously know, because there's a difference. When people are like, it's not like it was, you know, that's real rock and roll, today's not. There's genuinely things that are happening that don't happen today. The bass guitar it's been played on the left ear. Like, I know that might not mean much, but it genuinely has an effect, because it's not being played down the middle, which today it's like a rule you don't really break. You want it to be the bass down the middle, guitar. But I'm hearing bass coming from just the left side, and I'm hearing Tony Iommi on my right ear. And it's just like, holy moly, we've just got two instruments, these crazy drums in them surrounding me. No reverb on the drums, just recorded in a room, and they've done nothing to it but just tightened it up a bit. There's a bit of compression maybe, but there's no, let's add a load of reverb on or anything. It's dry. It's giving it that, it's just raw. And that's what's missing, because nowadays they're going too clean on everything. It's like, let's make it as clean as we can. Let's make it sound like it's being played down a tunnel all the way over there. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes don't fix what was once perfect, but we're considering it as if to be broken. Do you know what I mean? It's like the way they used to mix back then. We can do that better. Nah, I think what we had going was great.
Politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war. Why should they go out to fight? They leave their own to the poor. Yeah. Time will tell on their power minds, making war just for fun, treating people just like pawns and chess. Wait till their judgment day comes. Yeah.
The tension, that hi-hat.
Now in darkness, world stops turning. Ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power. And as God has struck the hour, day of judgment, God is calling. On the knees, the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
Mate, those lyrics are absolutely incredible, and it really makes sense if you think about it. I don't go into politics. I don't do that. I don't know anything about it. If I'm honest, I don't know about it, so I can't talk about something I don't know well enough of. But as we can all see what's going on if you just look at the basic generalization of it all. And, ultimately what Ozzy Osbourne is saying there, he said, making war just for fun. We'll see what happens when their judgment day comes. And it's like, whether you believe in that kind of thing or not, I think everyone in the world kind of subconsciously goes, even if you don't pray, but you still pray anyway, just in case. Now, you could say that's just cheating in general. Again, I don't talk about any of that kind of thing anyway. But if you do believe in that kind of thing, what he's saying is so true. We don't want to go to war. No one wants to do that. No one. No country deep down wants to do that. Politicians, however, they're all arguing in the courts. Blah, blah. I don't know. No one knows. We don't know what. They're all fighting for what? They're doing it because it's genuinely comes down to, sometimes I think they just enjoy it. And I'm that's what I'm getting off what these lyrics saying. Like, they're just having fun in them courthouses. Because ultimately they're all born and bred with silver spoons in their mouth. They don't care if the money goes up and the inflation of anything. They're all sweet. They're just having it all for fun. We'll do whatever. You know what I mean? But when their judgment day comes, dudes, Satan will be laughing. That's what Ozzy Osbourne has just said. And that's what I'm gathering from those lyrics. Take what you will from it. But I tell you what, they're great lyrics. And to me, I wouldn't be doing their jobs. I certainly wouldn't be. Hell no. Listen to them drum fills. God damn. Quickly, that. kind of thing. Actually, you know what? I feel like Oasis have similar stuff that sounds like that. I wonder if Oasis, Noel Gallagher, was ever inspired by any Black Sabbath, because that... It sounds like an Oasis riff. Well, the Oasis riff sounds like Warpigs. I think it sounds like the Swan Song. If any of you know Oasis, do you know what they walk out to, Oasis, back in the day? You know, something like that. Anyway, that is what you call an iconic song. Iconic. There's not many people who don't know that riff. I don't know what Tony Iommi was doing back then, but he was gifted because his riffs sound scary. He's like, comes up with these horror sounding scary riffs, and he sounds so big. Like the way he plays, it gives off some huge sound, and there's only two of them, him and Geezer, playing actual musical instruments. And then you have, forgive me, I do know his name, the drummer, but it's escaped me. And I actually watched an interview with Tony Iommi, and he does mention, he was like, because we only had one guitar player, I had to play a specific way, and what I'd always add vibrato to pretty much everything I played, even the chords, because it gives it that shaky double effect. So you could just play, but notice how it sounds a bit thicker when I add the vibrato. So this is it without. Now I'm going to add it with. In fact, I feel like I added volume there, and it kind of obviously made it sound bigger, but I'll add the same volume to the both. With. You know what I mean? I'm not adding any volume on that second one. And then when you do that with every riff, it instantly makes it sound scarier anyway. I wonder if we could take a modern upbeat riff and make it sound... Let's take Sweet Child of Mine, for instance, and add vibrato to every note and see if it makes it any... That's actually a difficult one to do it to. Let's make it a bit easier. Okay. Who knows? Definitely makes it sound a bit more haunting, but that was quality. That. Let me know what you guys think. If you think, if you want me to react to more of the boys, the Brummies, Black Sabbath, let me know, because I will happily do it. This was a great suggestion. And also, guys, I know what I was saying about those lyrics. It might not mean anything. Geezer may have, because I'm pretty sure Geezer wrote the lyrics, right? Geezer may have not meant what I was saying, but that's the beauty about songs. You can interpret them any way you want. And that's what I'm kind of getting from it anyway. And I think everyone just needs to be peaceful, chill. You know what I mean? We've got one life. Enjoy it. Be kind. Be nice. Anyway, guys, I'll leave you on this. My band, RAYGO Bloom, have just released a brand new song. Just give me the time of day for 5 more minutes. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it here now. You don't have to do anything. Don't have to click no buttons. Just watch it. I wrote the song. It's about being drafted in World War I, World War II, and you didn't want to go. That's why I got kind of, caught up a minute ago. They didn't want to go, The lyric is, we'll call you a hero if you happen to die. Bro, I don't want to go. I don't want to be a hero, mate. I just want to be at home, be with the missus, play some darts, and drink some beers. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm being drafted into this, which is the little politicians' arguments. Like, come on, get real. Anyway, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. Let me know what you think of it. It's called Letters by RAYGO Bloom. Peace out.
I didn't have to read it, I knew what it would say. Your time is up, boy, it's time for war. I knew what the letter would say before it hit the floor. Before I knew it, I was laying in a field with a gun in one hand and God as my shield. There's a man giving orders that I've got to obey. He says, if you want to see tomorrow, you must survive today. My life's in the hands of a puppet master, and it's not my fault, it's a man-made disaster. Go and fight for your country, and don't you ask why, and we'll call you a hero if you happen to die. Now some years later, near the end of the war, a lot of men died and they didn't know what for. It's just another war to add to the list. So many young souls that will be missed. My life's in the hands of a puppet master, and it's not my fault, it's a man-made disaster. Go and fight for your country, and don't you ask why, and we'll call you a hero if you happen to die. Yeah, we'll call you a hero if you happen to die. Yeah, we'll call you a hero if you happen to die.
Cabinet Room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.